Ready to buy a new house? Stay tuned to learn how you can save thousands before you buy. Next, on an all-new episode of Take Action, Jenny Repko tries to unlock some of the secrets behind Jeff Parker's new book, Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions.
I'm attorney Steve Gladstone. For 35 years, I've represented small businessmen and women and ordinary folks just like you against the big banks, the aggressive credit collection companies, and the huge credit reporting agencies. When Jeff brought me his Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions for review, I was amazed. Jeff used his program to raise his own credit score over 200 points. I would have charged $5,000 for that.
And that's not all he's done. Jeff Parker has also found a way to get the creditors off your back and in some cases make them pay for their mistakes.
They actually paid me $1,000 because I caught them.
Wait a minute. That's a check made to you for $1,000.
Yes.
Why?
Because I caught them doing something wrong. They never sent me a letter. This is a little trick that they do. They never sent me a letter warning me they were going to put an account on my credit report, and they have to do that.
More amazing is the program that Jeff developed to make sure that you can accomplish the same thing. Jeff spent hours scouring the statutes that Congress passed to protect you from the credit reporting agencies and the collection companies.
So I started doing my own research. I found out that there's laws to protect consumers. I compiled them all in a book, and that's it.
Are you
These
kidding
are
me?
all the laws.
You went through all of this?
Yes.
And
This step-by-step program, Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions, is guaranteed to raise your credit score just as it did for Jeff. Take a few minutes. Listen to Jeff explain his program. I promise it won't be time wasted. And I assure you, Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions is not only effective, but 100% legal. I'm attorney Steve Gladstone. Good luck.
And now, here is Jenny Repko.
hi, I'm Jenny Repko. Welcome to this week's edition of Take Action. When I met our upcoming guest, Jeff Parker, and he told me he increased his credit score 200 points in less than 3 months with very little effort, well, I knew we had to have him on the show. But that's not the end of the story. Jeff was able to get $7,000 in debt removed from his credit report, and the credit company paid him for their error. Jeff is here to share his successes, his knowledge, and his experience on how he repaired his credit and how he can help you repair your credit. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jenny. I'm really excited to be here and tell my story.
Well, we are excited to have you here because I need to know, did you really increase your credit score 200 points in less than 3 months?
Yes, I did.
Well, let's talk about the basics. What is a credit score and why is it so important?
Whether you're buying a house, whether you're buying a car, or even an appliance, a dishwasher, your credit score denotes what your interest rate is going to be, how much of a deposit you have to leave, if any at all. It can even dictate where your children go to college. It's essential to virtually everything that you do in life.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I just tried to get new car insurance and they said they had to run a credit check.
Everybody runs your credit. If you're trying to get an apartment, or even if you're trying to get a utility turned on,
Right.
everybody runs your credit.
Gosh, it is so important. Now, you have a great story about a rental car. What happened?
Well, I was traveling on business to Miami, Florida to have a meeting with my boss.
Okay.
When I got to Miami Airport, I tried to rent a car. I had a car reserved. When I got up to the counter, they told me that they couldn't rent me a car because they ran my credit, which I didn't know that they do. So now I'm stuck there at the counter without a rental car, going to a meeting with my boss. I had to rent a cab. I had to get a cab to go to my meeting. And my boss asked me where my car was and why I had to take a cab. And when I told him, he said, "You're kidding. You're not serious." And I told him, "Yeah, they ran my credit and they wouldn't give me a car." I even told them I was going to give them a large deposit.
Did you try your debit card?
I used a debit card and I told them I'd leave a large deposit.
Did you have money in your checking account to cover it?
I had enough money to buy the car.
And you still couldn't rent a car because your credit score came back and affected that.
That's true.
That's amazing. So this is what started it. You were mad, and what was your first step?
The first thing I did was I hired one of the credit repair companies that you see on the internet or on television. I think I paid $80 to sign up, and it was $45 a month. I had them for 3 months.
Okay.
Then I hired an attorney. That cost me $2,500. The attorney ended up getting one account removed from my credit report.
Okay.
And
Now, wait a minute. You now hired a credit repair company and an attorney. How much are you out of pocket?
pretty close to $3,000.
$3,000.
Yes.
Okay. Did the attorney do anything for you?
He had one account removed. He negotiated one account off of my credit report, and that's it, for $2,500.
Wow. So did you decide to continue on, and what was your next step?
Well, it intrigued me how he got the account removed because I didn't know that you can do that. And he was having trouble. He wanted more money for me to put in his escrow account, and I didn't want to do that because I wasn't seeing any results. So I started doing my own research. I found out that there's laws to protect consumers, that there's regulations that the credit reporting agencies have to follow, and that these collection companies have to follow. I compiled them all in a book, and that's it.
Are you
These
kidding
are
me?
all the laws.
You went through all of this,
Yes.
and what was the result?
I had all the accounts on my credit report removed because they were all violating the laws. I ended up having $7,500 worth of debt removed from my credit report.
Wow.
My score went up 200 points, and they paid me $7,500.
Are you kidding me? Did you get that? The credit companies paid him $7,500 to, in essence, go away, and it raised his credit score 200 points. Jeff, that's just amazing.
Well, here, let me show you something that just happened to me recently.
Okay.
Here's a letter I received. Everybody should be familiar with this. This is a collection letter from a company called Anderson Financial.
I've seen those.
Big collection company out of Illinois.
Okay.
I got this letter saying that I owed them $930 and they would settle for $100. I know I don't owe them any money.
Okay.
So I put it in my desk. I threw it in my desk. I figured I'd call them when I had a chance.
Okay.
Then they sent me a second letter. It's essentially the same letter looking to collect the debt again.
Okay.
Now I know that they're going to put something on my credit report, and I don't want my score to go down.
Right.
So I figured I'd better call them. So I called. I got to the right person, and I got a release from them, releasing me from the debt without even having to write a letter, just knowing what to say, knowing how to get to the right person.
Does that say we apologize?
And they apologized.
They apologized to Jeff. That's interesting. So, Jeff, is this process complicated?
No, absolutely not. My website is fully interactive. I'll be with you every step of the way.
Well, I love the fact that you made it interactive. And the web address is raiseyourcreditscorenow.com, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is great. What's next?
Well, this happened to me in November. This is a collection account that got put on my credit report. I check my credit report every month.
Okay.
And on my website, I can show you how to run your credit report for free.
Okay.
And you should do it at least once a month just to make sure that these accounts get plopped on people's credit reports constantly. This happens thousands of times.
Really? And we have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea unless you check it.
In fact, you wouldn't have known unless you checked your credit.
I didn't know. This got put on my credit report in October,
Okay.
and I checked it at the end of November, so it was on there for a month already.
Wow.
If I would have went to get a car, or if I would have went to refinance, my score went down 100 points. It went from 744 to 644.
Are you kidding me? 100 points.
I would have had to pay a higher interest rate.
Yikes.
I would have had to pay a large down payment. I wouldn't have gotten the introductory rate if I went to get a car.
Okay.
So I used my system. I called them up first. You make a phone call first and try to settle it right there. I told them that they never wrote me a letter. One of the things that's in my book and on my website is I tell you what they can and can't do. They're supposed to send you a letter to try to settle the debt and say, if you don't call us, we're going to start reporting you to the credit reporting agency.
Right.
Well, they never sent me a letter. I never knew that this account existed on my credit report. 3 days after I called them, they sent me a letter out right away because I caught them.
Now they're backpedaling.
Now they're backpedaling.
Right. Okay.
I contacted Experian, and they investigated the account, and they deleted it from my credit report because it wasn't valid.
Right.
It was not a valid account.
Okay.
My credit score went up 100 points.
Here you go.
From knowing what to say and knowing what to do, my score went up 100 points in 11 days.
You did this in 11 days.
with a letter and 2 phone calls.
I know people that have been struggling with their credit score and trying to get adverse accounts off for years, and you did it in 11 days.
Well, it's a shame they didn't have my program and my book, because on my website, I teach you exactly how to do what I did, exactly, step by step. I'm with you every step of the way. Well, listen, there's still more. This isn't all.
Okay.
You have to get them to write you a letter. You have to have everything in writing.
Okay.
You have to get them to write you a letter asking the credit reporting agency to remove the account. This is telling them to remove this account from my credit report.
Okay.
And now here's the fun. They actually paid me $1,000 because I caught them.
Wait a minute. That's a check made to you for $1,000.
Yes.
Why?
Because I caught them doing something wrong. They never sent me a letter. This is a little trick that they do. They never sent me a letter warning me they were going to put an account on my credit report, and they have to do that.
Right.
So I caught them.
So they didn't follow the policies and procedures that were in that big manual. You caught them, and they wrote him a check for $1,000.
This just happened recently. This happened over Christmas. I got a check within 30 days.
This is fascinating.
Jenny, this is something that anybody can do. I made it so easy that anybody can get a check like I did, have these accounts removed, and I can show you how important it is to have a good credit score. All this is in my book.
For over a decade, I've been involved in the real estate business. And the past couple of years, the banks have really gotten tough and have made it difficult for regular people to purchase a home. The economy the way it is right now, it's become harder and harder to maintain an above-average credit score, which is what the banks are looking for. My business depends on my ability to secure home loans for my clients. So needless to say, my income has suffered dramatically. In order to protect my career, I had no choice but to find an answer to this ever-growing concern. Through my research, I discovered Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions. This program has been fantastic. I've referred countless families to it. Because of how easy it is to use, I've experienced enormous success. My client base has grown, and I'm selling more houses than ever before.
About 10 years ago, my wife and I bought our first home. We were really excited, but to be quite frank with you, my credit score wasn't that great. The bank could only give us what they considered a high-risk loan. And I really didn't mind because we were excited about getting into a new home and starting our family. Well, as reality set in, I realized that it was harder and harder to make ends meet. Finally, my friends told me that I should refinance. Well, I attempted to refinance a couple of times, but my credit would not move. I didn't know what to do. Finally, I came across Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions. I applied it to my life, and within 2 months, my credit score went up. I was able to refinance with a good rate, and I was living life the way I thought it should be. I would recommend this program to anyone because it changed my life.
Nobody ever sets out to get a little score. Unless, of course, you're playing golf. But when it's your credit score that's low, it really hurts. There's nothing fun about bad credit. It's humiliating, embarrassing, and frustrating. Especially when those creditors start calling you at all hours of the night and day. This is the sad situation you find yourself in right now. There is hope. Now, for the first time, you can take action and do something about raising your credit score. Guaranteed. Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions is guaranteed to raise your credit score. If this system doesn't work for you, they'll pay you $500. That's right, Jeff Parker will show you his proven, successful method that will free you from the bondage of your debt and get you back on the road to living the good life again. No matter how bleak your credit score may look right now, Jeff will show you a step-by-step method to turn that all around and take back control of your life. This book sells for $49.95, but if you call before the end of the program, it's only $29.95. And that's not all. You'll also receive instant access to Jeff's easy-to-use interactive website that walks you through raising your credit score step by step. This web tool takes your credit report, analyzes it, and prepares everything you need to increase your credit report score while carefully walking you through each and every step. Simply enter your info, and this tool does everything for you with links to send. If this program doesn't raise your score, they'll pay you $500. Don't wait another minute. Let Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions give you a better, happier, more prosperous life. Save thousands on your next car loan. Raise your credit score now. Imagine buying the house that you've always wanted, the one your family deserves. Just call 855-726-7391. 855-726-7391 and see for yourself just how easy it is. Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions will change your life. Guaranteed. If you're a professional golfer, lower scores are not for you. Let Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions improve you with a higher credit score today.
Hey, Jeff, it looks like our phone lines are lighting up. Can we take some calls?
Sure.
Looks like we have Kathy from Chicago.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hi, Jeff. I've got creditors calling me, my family, and my friends at all hours of the day. Is there anything I can do?
Well, actually, I have a story. I helped a friend of mine that had the same exact thing happen to her. The creditors were calling her at work. They were calling her parents. They were calling her at home. I told her what to say. I told her what to do. I got the account removed from her credit report, and I got her $2,500. And I can show you how to do the exact same thing if you buy my program and you buy my book.
So you really got a check for $2,500 for your friend?
I did. That's not the most important thing, though, Jenny. I got the account wiped from her credit report. $3,700 from an old car loan.
Wow.
This girl got a divorce. Her husband stopped paying the car payment.
Mm-hmm.
The account was on her credit report. That probably happens thousands and thousands of times.
Wow. Are they allowed to keep calling you like that?
Absolutely not. I can show you how to make the call stop, how to win some money, and how to get an account wiped away.
Jeff, we have another caller. Looks like it's Joe from Baltimore. Hi.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Joe.
My wife and I are planning on buying a home this spring. I wonder if there's any direction you could point us or any advice you might give.
Well, Joe, I would absolutely pick up this program. I can show you how to run your credit report, how to read it, how to recognize if there's anything adverse on it that's lowering your score. A better score is going to get you a better interest rate. It's going to get you a lower down payment, and it's just going to make things a whole lot better for you when you're going in and negotiating with the bank.
I like that our caller had a mortgage question because you have a very interesting mortgage story yourself.
I do. When my credit was bad, I told you I repaired my credit at the beginning of the show.
Right.
My interest rate for my home was 11.75%.
Okay.
I was so happy to get a loan, a loan to buy a home, that I ended up paying it. There's a lot of people in that situation where they have bad credit, they have some equity in their home, and they can get these high-risk loans.
Okay.
11.75% is very, very high for a home loan. After I fixed my credit and raised my score to 750, I went back into the bank. They reduced my interest rate to 5.5%, and I saved a couple $100 on my monthly payment.
All right. So from 11.75% to 5%,
Yes.
that's an incredible drop.
Just because of my credit score. I was the exact same person. I made the exact same amount of money. I had the exact same job. And it was only like 2 years apart when I went in.
So we're back to the beginning on why is your credit score so important?
It's very important.
Perfect example.
It's very important. I was treated totally differently when I went in this time.
Nice feeling, right?
It is a nice feeling. It is. And I saved a lot of money.
Oh, that's the bottom line.
It's the bottom line, yeah. That's a lot of money. $300-400 a month if you could.
Yeah, that's
a
a
lot
car
of money.
payment. I mean, yeah.
Jenny, a $200,000 home at 11.75% interest, your monthly payment is $2,000. Do you know if you reduce it to 7%, it's $1,300, and if you reduce it to 5%, it's $1,000 a month. That's a savings of $1,000 every month just because you have a lower interest rate. A lot of people are stuck with these high interest rates because of their credit score.
Yeah, so we're back to the beginning of the show when we talked about why is your credit score so important. That's an incredible amount of money to save every month. Imagine what you could do with that. That's a car payment, a vacation, retirement fund. You could put that money away and make money on your money rather than throwing it away.
Well, if you buy my program and my book, I can show you how to get some accounts deleted from your credit report. You can go back into your bank, refinance like I did. Even if you're paying 7% and reduce it to 5%, that's still a savings of $300 a month.
Wow, that is good to know.
If you're going to get a car, and if you have bad credit and you're going to get a car, you pay a high interest rate. They get you in with the 1% and the $1,500 and all the incentives. Once you get in there, if you have bad credit, your interest rate is 17, 18, 19%. If you buy a $20,000 car, Your payment is $600 if you take a 4-year loan at 6% interest. If you have the introductory rate at 1%, the rate that you see on TV all the time to get you in the door, it's $425. That's a savings of almost $200.
Yeah. Again, that's your groceries.
Just by getting the rate that is advertised on television.
Yeah,
it's
grocery
true.
money, gas money. It's just so much you can do with the extra money. So, Jeff, I understand why you'd want to fix your own credit, but why did you write the book? Why do you want to fix everybody else's credit?
Well, actually, it was my boss's idea. He said,
really?
Jeff, you know what? You have something to share with people. He just thought this was absolutely amazing. And he said, you should share this with people. So I decided to write this book. I developed my website. It's a step-by-step process. I have an interactive table on there. I have my actual documents on there that I used. You fill out a table that I made. It merges all the information into a letter. You get a professional letter that you don't even have to type. All you have to do is sign it.
Wow.
And it's a step-by-step process. I walk you right through.
Wow. So I don't have to write the letter or copy it. I just put in my information, and the letter will come out with your sort of wording and verbiage, right?
Absolutely. So
Oh,
documents I used. I actually have tutorials on there to actually show you how to use the table, and then all you do is press a button.
That is awesome. Well, I thank you for doing that. I'm going to take you up on this.
You know, Jenny, I think people need this. I think people need to be educated about their credit reports, and I really, really think people need this.
Well, again, thank you. And I have one more question for you. What separates your program from the other ones that we might see out there?
Everything that I said today, I've actually done myself. I raised my credit score 200 points. I got a better interest rate at my bank. I won $7,500. I had $7,500 removed from my credit. I won $2,500 for a friend of mine. I wrote this book myself. I made this website myself, and I just want to share it with everybody. And I'm not looking for a monthly fee. I'm not looking for a sign-up fee. For $49.95, you can have this program. I can show you how to write the letters and show you exactly what I did with my documents on my website, raiseyourcreditscorenow.com.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, what I really like is that you have actually experienced all of this yourself. You've lived it, you've done the homework, you've done the research, and you've made it in such an easy program for us to all follow. Now, can you tell us what you get and how it works?
You will get a copy of my book, Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions, along with full access to my website, raiseyourcreditscorenow.com. What's unique about my website is I have an interactive table that I developed that you can put all your information in. I have a tutorial on there to show you how to get a free credit report, how to use the information on your credit report to fill out the table. All you have to do is press print. A professional letter comes out with all the pertinent information. It's the same document that I used. Folks, no one can live a normal life with bad credit. If this program doesn't work for you, I'll pay you $500. That's how sure I am and confident I am that this program works. I did it myself, and so can you.
So you're willing to back this up with a $500 guarantee?
Absolutely. That's how sure I am that it's going to work. It's guaranteed to work. If they do exactly what I tell them to do, exactly what I did, which is on my website, I guarantee that it'll work.
I'm so glad you were on the show today to share those experiences. I'm Jenny Repko, and thank you for watching this edition of Take Action.
Well, we were only 23 when we decided to get married, and we didn't want to waste time or money renting. So we were ecstatic when we got a letter of pre-approval for a mortgage. We immediately started looking for homes, and we found the perfect one for us. Well, for her. We went through the whole process of picking out furniture and deciding what color to paint the walls and looking at carpet. And when we went to close on the house, the bank notified me that my credit score had...
That's put below the bank's minimum requirements.
We were devastated. We didn't know what to do. I was not moving back in with my mother-in-law. That's when we came across raiseyourcreditscorenow.com.
It was a saving grace. All we had to do was enter our information.
And the program walked us through every step. I was able to remove all the adverse accounts from my credit report and raise my credit score well above the bank's minimum requirement. I was even able to renegotiate a lower interest rate. I only wish that I found this program well before I started looking for a house.
It would have saved us a lot of time and money.
I didn't realize how important a credit score was until I went to purchase my first car. I was so excited until the dealer came back with my credit report. He told me my credit score was too low and they could not give me the loan to purchase the car. I just started college, and I didn't know how I was going to get back and forth to class. I was so worried that I would lose my job without reliable transportation. I didn't know what I was going to do. I happened to see Jeff on an episode of Take Action. At first I thought, oh boy, here's another one of those companies that want to wave their magic wand and fix your credit. But after watching for a couple minutes, it started to make sense. I needed the help, so I bought the program. Within a week, I was able to go back to the dealership and purchase the car I really wanted. Since then, I've come to understand how the credit system works, how important a credit score is, and thanks to Jeff's program, I learned the value of a good credit score.
Nobody ever sets out to get a low score. Unless, of course, you're playing golf. But when it's your credit score that's low, it really hurts. There's nothing fun about bad credit. It's humiliating, embarrassing, and frustrating. Especially when those creditors start calling you at all hours of the night and day. This is the sad situation you find yourself in right now. There is hope. Now, for the first time, you can take action and do something about raising your credit score. Guaranteed. Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions is guaranteed to raise your credit score. If this system doesn't work for you, he'll pay you $500. That's right, Jeff Parker will show you his proven, successful method that will free you from the bondage of your debt and get you back on the road to living the good life again. No matter how bleak your credit score may look right now, Jeff will show you a step-by-step method to turn that all around and take back control of your life. This book sells for $49.95, but if you call before the end of the program, it's only $29.95. And that's not all. You'll also receive instant access to Jeff's easy-to-use interactive website that walks you through raising your credit score step by step. This web tool takes your credit report, analyzes it, and prepares everything you need to increase your credit report score by carefully walking you through each and every step. Simply enter your info, and this tool does everything for you but licks the stamp. This program doesn't raise your score, he'll pay you $500. Don't wait another minute. Let Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions give you a better, happier, more prosperous life. Save thousands on your next car loan. Raise your credit score now. Imagine buying the house that you've always wanted, the one your family deserves. Just call 855-726-7391. 855-726-7391 and see for yourself just how easy it is. Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions will change your life. Guaranteed. If you're a professional golfer, lower scores are not for you. Let Jeff Parker's Credit Score Solutions improve yours with a higher credit score today.